Welcome to the 7th mission of the scripted historical campaign Steel of Birds, covering the actions of the Focke-Wulf 190 ground attack unit during the Battle of Kuban in early 43. The mission is called Day of Fire and reflects the start of the Soviet offensive of the 56th Army in the Krymskaya sector on the 29th of April. The briefing outlines the backstory that the unit started participating in the battle as the Soviets attacked in the early morning. The attack has been combined with heavy action by Soviet air assets and artillery. And here we find ourselves later in the day, in the early afternoon, and the mission is to attack some Soviet anti-tank gun emplacements east of Krymskaya to enable the 97 Jaeger Division, reinforced with a Panzer Company from the 13th Panzer Division, to counterattack. The usual takeoff from Anapa. We have 250 kg bombs, a flight of 4 Focke-Wulfs, and we need to attack and with the bombs and strafe the enemy anti-tank artillery. So quite usual type of missions for this period. The Soviets were trying to push through Krymskaya and cut to Anapa, effectively capturing the main logistic hub of the air base of the German forces in the area, and hopefully rolling up the whole front and liberating the Taman Peninsula, and then using that area furthermore as a springboard to the liberation of Crimea. The air actions was quite heavy, and intensification started actually here. So we'll see more and more air battles, more and more air assets used from both sides, making Kuban, as people obviously know, one of the largest continuous air battle in the history of World War II. Well, without further ado, let's jump into the mission.
And we're back at Anapa for the 7th mission of the campaign. Some nice Stuka overfly while we're waiting for the flare. Here we go. Okay, my Schwarm is here, and off we go. Carrying one 250 kg bomb today. The Schwarm of 109s as an escort. And you can already see the fire and smoke from the Krymskaya sector. That's basically where we need to go. So let's turn and get underway. So we're arriving at the frontline area at Krymskaya. You see already heavy fires there. The Soviet forces employed a multitude of air assets to support the offensive and bombed the frontline position in Krymskaya heavily. Some contacts in front of us. Our target should be just beyond that river. I know we'll need to watch out for our tanks attacking and then try to take out the enemy anti-tank positions. It's quite a common tactic with the German army to, you know, as a type of defense to mount counter-attacks, to take over the initiative and push the enemy back, and that's exactly what's happening. The Russians has pushed down the front and the Germans are now counter-attacking using some tanks. I see some fires along the front line. Here we go. There's some tanks, German tanks moving ahead, and okay, here are the guns in the in the tree line. So this will be our target. Oh, here we go. Trimmed up the nose. My guys are attacking too. That's good. Bomb away. Boom. Good hits, well done. See if we can turn for a good strafing run here. Some air battle behind us and above. I see some guns there, so gonna go for strafing run. Boom. Okay, it looks like an L2. Let's have a poke on that guy, and this one I think my guy's coming in for some additional strafing. And here we go. I think that's sufficient. I see two planes crashing, yeah, very reminiscent of the historical accounts of the sky being black with planes and burning wreckages falling left and right. Stuka's coming back from a mission. I'll swing by for another strafing pass. gun position there. Here we go. And my guys are continuing strafing very well. Again, another Il-2 poking in our battlefield. Ooh, avoiding the debris, and here off he goes. Splash. There's another one under heavy flak. Let's see if I can manage a head-on with him. Ah, shit, missed. Oh, that's not good, that's not good. Woo! Get poked by Il-2 gunner. Ooh, recovering. Whoa, that doesn't look healthy at all. Yes, watch out for those gunners, they can be very deadly. Okay, that looks like a fuel leak. Our tanks are almost at the Soviet defensive line. Okay, I seem our job is done here. I suggest we go back to base. Well, that was fun. Yeah, the plane does feel a bit wobbly. It has a tendency to drop the left wing. Looking at all the holes, it's not surprising. But I'm still flying. I had a fuel complement, so hopefully I can outrun the fuel leak and be able to get back to Anapa before I run empty. Now the plane is not stable at all, but I'll try it. Well, good news is that I made it as far to Anapa, despite what looks like a huge fuel leak. But I'm still running almost 150 liters forward and back. so I probably could have been doing that for a while. Plane seems to be quite stable now. I still have a tendency to drop the left wing, so let's see how it's gonna feel itself when I start the landing approach. Reducing power. I got a full burst of that defensive fire from Il-2. Both wings are damaged, fuel leak, but otherwise engine seems not to be damaged and is running smoothly. Still, I'll be very careful on the landing approach. No clue how it will handle itself at the lower speeds. And that hole seems to have missed my head by a centimeter. Whoa. Okay, the flaps don't seem to change the behavior much, so it's good that I see that both flaps are still there. So I don't have an asymmetrical lift or something. Okay, the gear is not damaged. I have green lights across everything. Does feel sluggish, and I'm descending a little bit faster than anticipated with a tendency to drop the left wing. Maintain engine power to glide a little bit longer. Here we go, here we go. Easy on the brakes. With anything to break off as I roll. Ooh, here we go. Got my damaged Focke-Wulf back to Anapa. Oh, here we go. There's some holes on the side and on the back. Oh, same here. Ooh, even more holes here. Ooh. Thank you, Dr. Kurt Tank, for designing this amazing plane, which got me home. Well, that was the mission number 7 in the Steelbird historical scripted campaign. Happy to hear your feedback. Thanks for the comments so far. Press that subscribe and a like if you like the content, and we see each other during the next mission. Thanks, you guys.